Hello, Divine Feminines. How are you doing today? I have the window open and I might have to shut it because it's Friday. There's a lot of people going to the beach. And let's see what is going on. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay. Wow. They're all fire, I think. Look at, and I was meditating, and the card that I stopped on when I was shuffling was the Emperor. Oh my goodness. The masculines got you in their crosshairs, in their sights. Let's see what we can see here. I know the last reading I did, it was like so super passionate. If you haven't watched that one, I really liked that one. My private readings have been like super deep. Oh, there was the Two of Cups. I just feel like the Divine Feminines have been doing so much work on themselves and so much expansion and so much ascension and so much growth. Moon, Sun, and Eight of Wands with the King of Swords, Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. Four of Cups reversed with the Three of Pentacles reversed. Interesting energy. They're kind of admitting that they weren't the bigger person, I feel like. For some reason, that's what's coming to me. Four of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles reversed. I feel like a lot of it was surprisingly a conscious choice on their part to push you in certain directions, push your limits. Why is that coming through? I don't know. There's the Sun again. Hierophant with the Five of Wands. It was like they had an internal struggle that they, look at that. Moon, Sun, Eight of Wands, Emperor. That's, oh, High Priestess. Wow. That's crazy cards right there. You know, I've been getting these, like, it's so hard for me to describe because I don't know something that's like, wow, those were amazing cards right there too. Sometimes when I get amazing cards in the shuffle, then I deal them and they're not that amazing. It's weird. It's like if there were outlines of the body. I wish I had my color cards because she has an outline of the body on her cards. And you like had one solid and like one outline, and you were like matching up the outline to the overlay, you know, you were overlaying it on top. That's what this energy feels like. It's like there's a negative and a positive, and they're like coming together. That's how I feel this energy is. Eight of Swords reversed. Two of Wands reversed, Wheel of Fortune upright, Hermit reversed, Six of Cups. Big energies here. Three of Wands reversed, Justice reversed. Magician, 8, again, another 8, Temperance reversed. Four major arcana, Queen of Wands with the Knight of Wands reversed. Devil and Seven of Wands reversed on the back. kind of wish that Judgment was upright here. But I think it's a message that he's hoping... Oh, I didn't even talk about the mouse on the bottom of the deck. He's hoping your past, any kind of... he's manifesting. I get it. He's manifesting, you forget. And it's weird. It's like the wheel is kind of feeling like the passage of time. Oh, but you can't forget. That was weird. So much death energy here. Okay, so what he wants to say is this is like a 5D message in my mind. I feel like it's like you may have thought he was really committed to somebody else, and he's like, I wasn't. And I can feel the way that they're kind of showing it to me is like you sitting in a movie theater, and it's like you're replaying a clip. I'm not sure why the pronouns, I'm having such a hard time with pronouns right now, but it's like you're replaying a clip of something over and over and over again in your mind. And this may have just like come back to you, because I feel like it's like you maybe forgot about it, but now you're remembering it. It's weird. That's the card that was on the bottom of the deck when I picked it up. Not for you. I almost feel like you're just like, I was for you, but I'm not for you now. Higher power, regeneration, and serendipity. A lot of reversals here. Unfinished symphony. Almost everything is in reverse. No place like home, to be fair. Exchanging gifts. That played a big role yesterday, I think. Thinker. It was either that or in a private reading. I'm sorry, I can't remember very well. It's just the way and nature of channeling. And it's weird because like my memory has been super good with like 3D reality lately, like even better than usual. It's been worse with the cards. I don't know how to tell you that. When I read cards, it's just like I'm open to like this infinite theater of the soup, and it's just like they just bring images. And I don't think about them, they're just there, and then they give me words, and so it's just the strangest thing ever. Look, he knows he's been naughty. He knows he's been naughty. He knows he's been naughty to you. He's very aware, and he was like hoping that if you missed him enough, this would all kind of be swept under the rug or forgotten, or I don't know why they're saying transmuted. I think he's been trying to transmute this energy, to be honest. I'm like, they're drawing me to the lilies, and it's like the smell of the lily is super strong, right? If you're around lilies in a room and they're blooming, you could smell them like really, really strong. And then like kind of anything that's really attached to that memory, it's the weird, I have been getting the weirdest things. I almost feel like he's trying to manifest you to like smell things that are like him or remind you of him. And like when I turned over the To Be Fair card, I was like instantly saw like a fair scene, and like pie and like kettle corn, because I don't really like the smell of kettle corn at all. I don't know, it's just me. But fairs always smell like kettle corn, right? So it is a kind of like celebratory smell, but I just don't like it. So there's this really cute energy here where I can tell he's trying to be super sweet. Like you don't get the Six of Cups without this like sweet energy. It's super sweet. I mean, to me, like the Two or the Six of Cups are like the sweetest feeling energy. It's like yeah, you're my love. I love you. And the six, it's like this feeling of more than that. It's like you're my home, right? And in a way, those things that come, like we don't have real, except for 4th of July, really, like the summer holidays aren't kind of like the Thanksgiving and the Christmas where it's about home. It's more about like being out and being social and being in nature. And so this feels, in a weird way, it's like I miss feeling at home with you. It's cute. It's a really cute energy that's like wherever you are is my home. And there's a lot of like sturdy imagery here for me. It seems weird because maybe you don't think of a bridge or a throne or a wheel as sturdy, but it's like how you would describe getting around like your town by landmarks that have been there for a long time. It's kind of like that feeling. It's like, it's almost this lifetime after lifetime feeling where he's like, I appreciate novelty of certain things. And so we have a karmic card here that I will address. But it's like nothing kind of ever feels the same as looking into someone's eyes and knowing that your history there together is like what makes up your existence. It's very weird. Okay, so all of these animals have this like really intense gaze up here. The gazelle, the cobra, the panther, and the mouse. And they all, like, 2 of them are predators and 2 of them are prey. And again, I feel this energy of I'm seeing you, seeing me. We're reflecting to each other. We know we're seeing each other. We know we're reflecting to each other. We know we're both predators and both prey. Like, I don't know really how to describe that because it's not the right analogy. You're not predators or prey at all, but it's like we're both aware we can trigger like the deepest wounds in each other, and yet we want to kind of live harmoniously in a way. And we have a lot of unfinished business and a weird, I'm saying weird, you know, that's not a word I use a lot, but there is an off-putting feeling here that's like unusual. It's not a judgment weird. So you're sitting as Queen of Wands. He, in his mind, is sitting as the Magician, showing up to you as Knight of Wands reversed. Not our favorite energy. I did hear someone describe Knight of Wands the other day that I loved. It was like whereas like the Knight of Pentacles has this really slow moving plan that he's sure is going to succeed, right? This wasn't part of the description, but the Knight of Wands, it like just follows his hunches, just follows his intuition. It's creative. You're showing up in that energy too. Now I have to say, of all the cards in the tarot, the Wheel and the Magician are my favorite cards. It may be because they are my birthday numbers, 10 and 1. Yes, my birthday is a palindrome. And it's not correct because it's numbers, but I love Mercurial and Sagittarian energy. Now, Sagittarius is, of course, ruled by Jupiter, not Mercury. If I had had my say, I would have ruled, I would have had Mercury rule Gemini and Sagittarius. And so it got Virgo, right? in ways it makes sense. Virgo makes sense, but not that much sense because it doesn't have that movement, right? It's weird to have a card like the Hermit ruled by Virgo, and then also a Magician card, which a lot of people have different. For me, the Magician is Mercury, and the Wheel, you know, for me, that's very much the Gemini Sagittarian axis. Now, Temperance is the Sagittarian card here. I was wrong. I think I was thinking of the Rider-Waite anyway. But anyway, he has like a mountain behind him. He does have the Mercury glyph on his... Is that not Mercury? Or is that Taurus? I don't know. Pretty sure it's Mercury. And the Magician has the Tree of Life on his robe. Generally, I think Temperance also has this infinite loop here. Okay, so we're going to move on because I feel like it's getting lost. But you may see him as being too flighty, too moody, too creative, too impulsive, and yet he's seeing himself kind of very in control of creation. Because the Magician with the Wheel is someone that's controlling time, basically, that's controlling karma, that's controlling like fate and destiny. It's a really intense pairing right down the middle with the Cobra. And, you know, these two are hunters. And look at, I just said that. Same thing. 6th house, interesting again. Tree of Life, Destiny, Yod, which is, it's surprise. I just said my birthday, and that is the Kabbalah ruler of my birthday is Yod, which means God. Okay, Earth element, Scorpio, Transform, and Neptune. Piscean energy, Scorpion energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and again, Virgo. Aquarian, Virgo, solar eclipse. I don't like this card. I wish this card had not come out. Okay, Grand Cross, Provoker, Void, of course, Moon, missing. Sagittarian, I see. 3rd house. So there is a lot coming, and look at the Nautilus shell, which just keeps coming out. There is a card in this deck. I wish, okay, the private reading I did the other night was so insanely profound. I told her in the reading, I'm like, I'm going to take parts of this out and like put it in for public use. I remember thinking this may be some of the most profound things I've ever heard. I can't even remember what I said, honestly. I would have to go back and watch it. But part of it was that in this deck, I talked about how the Nautilus shell had been coming up in my readings for like 4 or 5 months, about how we keep these like the best parts out of ourselves locked away in our inner chambers because we're so afraid that they will be hurt, and we would rather be hurt for something less like real or meaningful or important than hurt for the real parts of us. This isn't it, but there's another one. I don't know. I could be just imagining everything. There's a card that has like a unbound Nautilus shell. When I say unbound, I mean like open. Well, I'm not seeing it, but it was there. It may have been like the exchanging gifts card. No. Anyway, what they kind of have been telling me is that it is kind of time to bring those things that we have saved away, not to be hurt. And it was even with the message of like, stop waiting to wear your best clothes, stop waiting to use your best china, all of that too. But it was more about stop waiting to like show your best self, to live your life that's the best, not the best life for other people, your best life. And this is something that can really provoke people. So whenever we choose to kind of dim our own light by like, yeah, I'm winning, but not winning that much. Or yeah, I'm shining, but I'm not shining too much, right? It's just this humbleness, which I'm not saying don't be humble, because we all should be humble. It's a choice of like, how much light are we going to let out? You know, how big is the glow gonna be? And that's kind of a question we all have to answer for ourselves. There's something here about the magic of everyday life, and this keeps coming up over and over and over again. And it's like, I have noticed this over the past like couple of months. They would bring up things like this. It's like the 6th house is really highlighted here, which is Virgo. And especially with like the rise of social media and social sharing and showing like highlight reels or the highlights of your life, a lot of the time what is considered like a highlight is something that costs a lot of money, or it's difficult to get to location wise, or it costs like a lot of your time. And I don't know why they keep bringing this up. It's like, these have been things in a way that we use to kind of prove our worth. And there's something here about the masculine fearing that they somehow lack in certain areas of life comparatively. It could only be for some. But sometimes when we're hurt, because I definitely have gotten, so from the movie scene, that you had a hurt that you may have thought you would never get over. And it's being shown here in this Pride card that, look at letting go, self-sabotage, Phoenix rising. You may have like creatively made yourself look better, glowed up, made yourself look whatever. This may be strategic, right, on your part. It's like this perceived pain, failure, whatever you want to call it, rejection, abandonment, may have pushed you into becoming a greater version of yourself. But what they want to ask is like, there's so many questions there. It's like, why are you really, the main question that seems to be highlighted is like, are you repeating a cycle that you really want to go through again? Do you want, like, if you're trying to make yourself and your life look more desirable, but you're not happy on the inside, will this just lead to another situation where you're hoping that someone's validation will make you happy? And I see an 8 here again. I feel like this has gone on for a long time. Maybe like ancestrally, right? You may have had one of your parents who did this or something where they were too proud to just say, like, to address the real issue in the relationship, to address whenever you have a 6th house, right? Virgo to me is such a card of not being showy, but doing the real work, right? The house has to get cleaned, the laundry has to get done, the food needs to get made, the bills need to be paid. This is, for me, it is also going to your job, but it's very much a practical, like, chop wood card. And it feels like there's a part of you and him that wants to connect on a very real level, not a Neptunian level where it's all 5D and there's twin flame and you're like telepathic. Yes, that's great. But what about the real world? This is what this seems to be about. What about the real world? What about the fact that there may have been pain caused here that you felt like you wouldn't get over? Now, I see here there's an opportunity for you, even though it's kind of been, you've been procrastinating on it, you've been maybe even too patient. He's been very patient. There's been a lot of waiting here. When we have the patience, the procrastinating, and the temperance card, I feel like, geez. Now comes the time, and you may have been getting downloads, seeing signs, synchronicities here. I see the owl showing back up again. Owl has been very present, bringing higher level knowledge. It's a very Sagittarian energy to me. Higher wisdom. Are you going to, so this is very much like the Hermit's light, right? The Hermit holds the lantern, and that's the inner wisdom. Wisdom that can't really be taught to you, but has to be kind of uncovered. I get where you're going. And I see now. Some of that internal uncovering has come from those Nautilus chambers, right? Are you going to bring that inner light that you found inside? Are you going to bring it out to possibly be not honored the way you want it to? Whew. Okay. That's a big, she's actually, I think she's holding a shell. I don't know what she's holding. But she has a candle here. She seems to be reflecting on something, and I feel like internally you've been reflecting too. I feel like there's been glimpses, you know, that candlelight makes me feel like there's been glimpses of real connection, like you felt real. This comet here across the sky is kind of that way too. It's like you may feel like you've been wandering around in the darkness. You've been a little lost on where is this going? What direction are we going in? I believe, but I'm not sure. And so you have been kind of, I don't know, there's a strategic waiting. All these cards have hidden faces in them. I feel like you've been waiting, watching, wondering what fate would bring. So there's 3 cards so far that have these hidden faces I see. feel like he's been watching you, thinking, will fate bring us back together? Will there be a hand? Will he call? Will he? Neither of you have wanted to show your hand. Neither of you have wanted to be vulnerable. And now it seems the time is upon you to face one another. So the question here is, can you get over the choice that he made? Can you get over the karmic involvement? She may have been involved, or they may have been more involved in more than you think. It's interesting. These two dogs are also on the moon card. And then there's another egg with a snake wrapped around it. I think you went back and somehow I'm getting this, like, because we have a couple, and then we have this couple facing each other. And to be honest, we don't get a lot of cards with the couples in them, especially not all in a row like that. Like, I feel like it's been coming into your collective mind. And honestly, in a way, this is a couple too. Whereas it's all single down here inside. Like, I feel like you guys feel like you've been on your own, fighting your own battles, like, internally. Interesting card. 33. But down here, it's been... I feel like you went back and you looked at, did I not see the way that he was treating me and the way he was treating this karmic energy properly? Like, I feel like this is what the retrogrades are about. Oh, we got these same cards yesterday. Yep. I have the exact same cards, so it's crazy. And then we got that self-reflection card, which is so important. I think in a lot of ways, both counterparts were thinking, were projecting onto the other one. Like, I think you were projecting, well, this is very serious, and I feel this really big, deep feeling, and I feel this connection, and I feel this cosmic, like, connection here, like, and I think on his side it was more of like, I feel super physically attracted to this person, and wasn't paying attention so much to the other parts of it because I hadn't experienced that. Look at full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon, full moon. It's 7 full moons. Full moon. Orb. So that switch over that I kept talking about, I think you're gonna see it from the other person's perspective. I think that's what they're trying to show you in the movie theater. I think you're gonna see that, and they're gonna see it from yours. And it's because, from what I'm getting, and I don't think this is for everyone, but this is what they're giving me, so I give it to you, is that from their perspective at that time, we're talking about, which may not have been the last time you saw or talked to each other, but this is a critical point in your development of the relationship. That at that point they thought maybe there was too many obstacles, or it would just have been impossible for anything serious to happen. And so you guys were going to be as together as you could be at any point. And I feel like this he's holding 2 wands here. They're actually spheres, and they're touching the points of the moon. And I feel like this is the passage of time, right? The 2 of Wands is such an interesting card, and we have it here with Justice reversed. I think he's been reflecting on how unfair he was to you at that time. And you may also reflect on the way that you reacted to his action may have been based upon the fact that you thought he was seeing things the way that you were seeing them, and he just chose to be mean, to be hurtful, to be whatever, you know, without an explanation for a lot. I'm getting you that there wasn't that much of an explanation, or no explanation, because I see here this is how you're seeing him, and he's seeing you very powerfully right now, but with a lot of complications, right? A lot of stuff going on now. There's only 1 wand here, but on the back, when he left, there was all of this, there was lightning striking, right? Tower moment, that things came crashing down. So energetically, it feels like it's up to you to kind of unbind yourself from the hold that you have yourself in. And I feel like you're trying to do that, or have been trying to do that. Energetically, you have to be free of this weight in order to kind of move into this openness. All right, so that's the message here. Let's get some advice and some other things. So weird, I just did a video about alignment, and then I see the alignment card right there. And that video is on my Instagram, and it's about aligning. So a lot of the times, like what I hear people say, or what I've heard other like manifestation teachers kind of indicate, not really explain, but like that you have to come into alignment with something on the outside. And that really isn't how that works. It's really you coming into full alignment within yourself. And part of that alignment is really knowing exactly what you want. Yes. And that means that you have a goal of some sort on the external, right? A mark that you can like get to and know that you did succeed. So instead of the South Node, today we got the North Node. I think I've had that luck is on your side card every day for a week. Look at, and we got the other one on the bottom, new and full moon. Luck is on your side. Your dreams need a practical plan. You're very close to achieving your goal. What do you need to release? A personal issue reaches resolution. Then you see that's with Cancer. You are going to have to take that shell off, or you're going to have to bring that light out. You and your loved ones are safe. Confidence is key. Your commitment is being tested. Step out of your comfort zone. The answers you need are coming. Hold your vision, and then it's time to release negativity. 2 release cards, and also look at the bigger picture. Meditate and contemplate. So I think this is important leading up to the new moon. Of course, we have to go through the full moon first, which is going to be a very, very, very intense full moon. But I do think that this is leading up to you feeling a lot more confident in, it's like in yourself, in your own alignment. And your alignment being like, sometimes we have thoughts. Like, let's just take a really extreme example. Like, let's say I'm like, I want to be the greatest public speaker in the world, okay? Or this big dream, speaking on huge stages. But I've always had a crippling fear of like getting up in front of crowds, okay? This is a huge misalignment. Yes, we may desire to repair the underlying cause of the fear, right? The fear that there's many different things, you know, you might be accepted for who you are, you may have been judged very harshly by your parents or bullied or whatever. There may be a lot of things inside that need to, it's like that light being brought out. That's not the true you, but somebody kind of piled a bunch of darkness on top of you, right? The true you is, you love yourself for who you are. This is the experience of source, you know, in a body, and you're perfect the way you are. That doesn't mean you don't want to expand, you don't want to like grow and develop yourself, but it's not a normal thing for us to dislike ourselves. That's not normal. That's been put on us from other people through judgment, through criticism, through, they may have had the best of intentions, and I think you and your masculine are both figuring this out through that whole I see you, seeing me, see you, right? That crazy energy that I keep getting of like, when are we going to actually talk about the fact that we're seeing each other, see each other, and neither of us is coming forward? Because he may see himself, I get where you're going, he may see himself as this panther, but inside he feels like this mouse, right? And you may see yourself like a cobra, but inside you feel like a gazelle. And so the alignment that they're talking about is bringing yourself, like, let's go back to the speaker analogy. You know, in this whole scenario, you may desire to be able to fully tell your twin how you feel without any reciprocation or validation from them. That may be the goal that you don't even know that you know, right? But there's a whole bunch of things that make you afraid to do that. And those are the things that this journey's been clearing up. Okay? So we come into alignment in ourselves. We may have the goal. We most certainly do have the goal externally, right? That's what's drawing us to change. Hello. But it doesn't mean that we change and move around stuff in ourselves in order to become the goal. And I know a lot of people have taught you that, and a lot of people have done that. That's not what that is. The alignment comes within you and yourself. And then the action is just a natural alignment to that. So we have divine animals, soul family, soul song, soul mating, ask your soul. Nothing has gone wrong. There is only light. So that's beautiful insight. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful insight right there. Let your light shine. Look at those cards. It's exactly what I've been saying. There's only light. Let your light shine. But nothing has gone wrong. So you have to be able to align yourself to see that speaking your truth and feeling unconditional love and speaking your truth about it, your alignment to that has to come from the inside. It never, ever, ever is him changing anything about who he is or what he does, or offering you any kind of making it better statement or action. And I know that's very hard for people to understand. Wow, we got the big guns. We got animals twice. Wow, big guns. The biggest guns. Wow. Okay, these two I'm just gonna like do a little bit of reading. These two I'm gonna read the whole card, and that one. So fire dragons are fourth dimensional elementals that can access and transmute heavy vibrations that angels cannot reach. You can invoke fire dragons to clear your path to ascension. They are supervised by Gabriel, and Thor is the one who works with the fire dragons. Animals, they're heart-centered, and they're designed to have experiences different from ours. The way in which we treat animals profoundly affects their ascension path as well as our own. Guidance today is to call Archangel Fel-Yai, Angel of Animals, to look after them, Archangel Michael to protect them, and the unicorns to enlighten them. I honor and respect all animals. Archangel Metatron. So probably the most powerful for the twins. You are blessed to receive this card, for the mighty universal angel Metatron, who is coordinating the ascension of the planet, is touching you. He's illuminating your aura with his golden orange light. And I just have to as he works with your stellar gateway chakra, the message is to relax and allow Metatron's wings to enfold you. Ask to visit him at his ascension retreat in Luxor during meditation or sleep so you can receive his guidance. This may come as a thought, a whisper, or a feeling. When you ask sincerely for help on your ascension journey, Metatron will open new doors for you and guide you. Your affirmation is, I attune to Archangel Metatron today. And then Saint Germain's Lord of Civilization cooperates with Archangel Zadkiel to transmute the lower energies of the world in the violet flame, which we also got that card. He is a great alchemist and magician who transforms that which no longer serves into something beautiful and light. Your guidance is to invoke Saint Germain, surround yourself in his violet light, and see the divine perfection in whatever or whoever you wish to transform. Your pure intention and focus can co-create with this energy and make miracles happen. Use this to help yourself and others to ascension. I believe in my ability to create miracles. And then Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain are the keepers of the violet flame of transmutation. When you add the gold of wisdom and the silver of grace and harmony, you create a powerful gold and silver violet flame. You can also use the lilac diamond flame. This can help you clear your ascension path. So just put anything in it that you wish to transmute. I am the gold and silver violet flame. So I hope this has helped you. Kind of an unusual message. I did very much enjoy bringing it through. If you want a private reading, now is a good time, because I only have one I'm waiting to do, and I can most likely get it done this weekend. So that is all. Talk to you later. Bye.